Hi everyone, welcome to Leader Lobbies. Our voice empowers you. Viewers, I'm sure you would agree to the fact that everything is not hunky-dory in our society. There is somebody out there who has to always take a stand to fix the system. Having said that, despite having a public spirited way of thinking, we are afraid of coming forward because we think we will get into trouble or we don't know how we can address it legally. So this video will throw light as to how we can protect the interest of large group of people from being exploited and how we can fix the system in a legal way with the use of PIL without having to engage a lawyer. Yes, you heard it right. Engaging a lawyer is an option to file PIL. It's not a compulsion, which I'm going to discuss in detail in due course of the video. For now, let me begin with the example of a landmark case which will make things clearer for you. Until the year 1979, there were many prisoners rotting in the jail for being remotely involved in some trivial cases. Therefore, in the landmark case of Husainara Khatun and others versus Home Secretary, State of Bihar, a PIL was filed to the Supreme Court by advocate Pushpa Kapila Hengurani against the detention of those prisoners who were serving in the prison for longer than the actual span of imprisonment they were likely to be awarded, provided proven guilty. In many cases, their trials were not even started in the first place. Hence, their right to life and personal liberty under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution were violated. Given the evidence and arguments put by the petitioner, the Honorable Supreme Court pointed out that the state must ensure free legal aid to the poor and the needy and a speedy trial to the pending cases for the administration of justice. You see, so that speaks the volume about the seriousness of a PIL, right? So today in this video, we will discuss at length about PIL. Let us have a little wider and deeper understanding about PIL. So what is PIL? It stands for Public Interest Litigation. PIL is a legal action initiated or a petition filed in the court of law by an individual on behalf of a group of individuals or a non-government organizations in seeking protection or justice in an issue affecting the public at large. Now, there are certain conditions to file a PIL. Let's see what they are. The first being, it should not be filed with private interest. There should not be any personal gain out of it or private or oblique motive behind the PIL. There has to be complete detachment between the petitioner and the objective of the petition. It should not be filed if there is an alternative remedy available. That means it has to be addressed to the executive first and see if any remedy is reached or it's being solved by the executive before reaching the court. This also ascertains the principle of natural justice. Then in addition to that, the petitioner must check whether or not a petition is pending in any court. Now, who can file it? Earlier, it was only a person whose interest was directly affected along with others, whereby his fundamental right is affected, who used to file such litigation. Now the trend has changed and any public spirited person can file a case on behalf of a group of persons whose rights are violated. Locus standi has widened the scope of public interest litigation. Locus standi is a party's ability to show the court that the law or action challenged has a sufficient relation to and damage from it to justify the party's involvement in the case. That's the concept of locus standi. Number 3. Against whom PIL can be filed. A public interest litigation can be filed only against a state or central government, municipal authorities and not any private party. The word state has been described under Article 12 of the Constitution of India. However, private party can be included in the public interest litigation as respondent after making concerned state authority a party. Thus, the authorities and instrumentalities specified under Article 12 are this: the government and Parliament of India, the government and legislature of each of the states, all local authorities, other authorities within the territory of India or under the government of India. For example, if there is a private factory in Delhi which is causing pollution, then people living nearly or any other person can file a public interest litigation against that particular incident. Number 4. What are the issues that cannot be filed under PIL? As per the guidelines of Supreme Court, the following matters will not be allowed as PIL. First matter that cannot be filed under PIL is landlord-tenant matters. Then service matters. Service matter can be defined as all matters relating to the conditions of someone's service in connection with the affairs of the union or of any state or of any local or other authority within the territory of India or under the control of the government of India. Then matters pertaining to pension and gratuity. Then complaints against central and state government departments and local bodies except those relating to items 1 to 10 mentioned in the list of the guidelines, which I'm going to discuss in a bit. Then admission to medical and other educational institutions. Petitions for early hearing of cases pending in High Court or subordinate courts. Petitions falling under the following categories alone will ordinarily be entertained as public interest litigation. These are: number 1, bonded labor matters; number 2, neglected children; 3, non-payment of minimum wages to workers and exploitation of casual workers, and complaints of violation of labor laws except in individual cases. Number 4, petitions from jails complaining of harassment for premature release and seeking release after having completed 14 years in jail, death in jail, transfer, release on personal bond, speedy trial as a fundamental right. Number 5, petitions against police for refusing to register a case, harassment by police, death in police custody. 6, petitions against atrocities on women, in particular harassment of bride burning, rape, murder, kidnapping, etc. 7, petitions complaining of harassment or torture of villagers by co-villagers or by police from persons belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and economically backward classes. 8, petitions pertaining to environmental pollution, disturbance of ecological balance, drugs, food adulterations, maintenance of heritage and culture, antiques, forests and wildlife, and other matters of public importance. 9, petitions from riot victims. And number 10, family pension. Now, where to file PIL? PILs may be filed either before the Honorable Supreme Court of India under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution or any High Court under Article 226 of the Indian Constitution. If it's filed in the Supreme Court, 5 copies of PIL have to be submitted in the court. And if it is filed in the High Court, then 2 copies have to be submitted. Now, what is the cost involved to the PIL? PIL is a cost-effective way to seek justice comparing to other court cases. There is a ₹50 court fee involved for each respondent minus the expense to engage a lawyer, which is optional, or the petitioner who choose to argue the case. Now, the essentials to file PIL: incorporate all the required documents like Form 33, name, address proof, email and PAN number, phone number of the petitioner. List facts giving rise to violations of fundamental rights. Nature of the injury caused or likely to be caused to the public. Proof of inaction on the part of the executive or the government authority against whom PIL is being filed. Evidence like title deeds, if any, proof of residence, identity proof, notice, resettlement policy, if any photographs of the site of the public harm or injury, and so on. Then a list of names and addresses of all aggrieved parties approaching to the court. Then list names and addresses of government agencies from which relief is sought. Disclosure as to the prayers. Then the petitioner must also state that he or she or they are able to pay costs, if any, that may be imposed by the court. Now, PIL guidelines are usually available on the websites of the respective high courts as well. Now, moving on, whom to address the PIL. If the petition letter is filed to the Supreme Court, then it should be addressed to the Chief Justice of India, or if it is filed to the High Court, then it should be addressed to the Chief Justice of the respective High Court. Now, misuse of PIL. PIL is very important tool for the protection of those who can't afford the legal services and neither can they approach courts. Therefore, filing frivolous PIL would defeat the very purpose and courts may impose heavy cost in such cases. So that's all in today's video. If you think this video has catered to most of the questions related to PIL, please like the video and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind.